So Watch Me was one of the first songs that I officially started producing for Meditations Chapter 2. And it's a song that is based off of Psalms 51, which is a prayer of repentance. It's when you know you screwed up, you know you've messed up, and you want to say, I'm sorry, God. I should not have done that. I did the wrong thing. And if you ain't been there in life, you will. It's this high, like King James style prose, right? Forgive me of my sins, wash me deep within, create in me a clean heart. But it's set to this really aggressive instrumental production. And I love it. It's the kind of music that I've always wanted to make. So this song went through a lot of changes and a lot of challenges. I first started working on it in October and November, and it was this guitar thing. I used a drum machine and came up with like this crazy trap beat, and I had these like wild brass instruments. Brought in a real drummer to the studio. I had all these synthesizers and patches, and after working on it, I played it for people, and they're like, "This is cool, but it needs to change." And so I went back to the studio so many times, rearranging it and rearranging it and rearranging it and rearranging it. Probably worked on it for 4, 5, 6 months straight. Finally, I landed at this place, and I was like, this is it.
Please don't take your presence away from me, oh God.
Recording it with the LaGuardia Art High School Gospel Choir was an incredible experience. To hear 80 people singing that song in that way, they were bouncing. They brought so much energy and life to the song. I remember the first time I played it for them, and they're like, yo, this is dope. We like this. And I was like, yo, kids like this is high. So on the day of the studio, I remember we had arranged that for one song they were going to wear all black, for another song they were going to wear the robes, and for Wash Me in particular, they're going to wear their new high school sweaters, and they were purple. They had their names on them. They had just got them like a few weeks before, and a lot of them were really excited to wear it. They wearing their high school Lettermans. I got to bring out my high school Letterman. And putting that on was just a crazy feeling, because it was the first time I had wore that coat in like 10 years, but it represented this full circle moment.